The Dark Multiverse. A way to think about this universe is the positive and negative. For every right thing a hero does, Batman chose to do good in the positive universe. In the negative universe, he made the wrong choices. So why bring up Batman? Well, because it started with him. In this universe, Batman is seeking out for the Flash's speed force. He wants to be there for everybody. He lost Jason, Tim, Dick, and Damian. He couldn't help. He realizes Gotham won't change. He needs to be there at all times. So who's the quickest person on the planet that can arrive at the right time? Flash. Batman tries to talk to him. He uses the rogue's weapons, but in the end, he acts like he was wrong because of his actions. He tricks him. He uses Dr. Freeze's cryostasis formula on him and knocks him out. And when the Flash wakes up, he realizes he's strapped to the Batmobile. He tells him he used Flash's design for the cosmic trail to repurpose his engine so he can harness the powers of the Speed Force and take it. He accelerates his Batmobile, and little by little, Flash's body turns to dust, but his consciousness became trapped inside Bruce's body. We see Scarecrow about to kill a couple, but then Batman pulls a A-train on Scarecrow and cuts him in half. Earth -44. On this Earth, Bruce loses Alfred to Bane. Before his death, he scanned Alfred's mind and created an artificial intelligence, calling this the Alfred Protocol. He asked Victor Stone for his help, so when he launched it, Alfred's AI went rogue and killed Bane and every single inmate in Arkham Asylum. Cyborg meets up with Bruce and tells him he needs to destroy the Alfred Protocol. So what did Bruce decide to do? Bruce became Cyberbat, aka Bat Ultron, aka Batman the Murder Machine. The Alfred AI took away his fear, took away his sadness. His humanity was wiped. His body was completely rebuilt. He created an army that had wiped humanity out, killed the Justice League, and conquered his own Earth. Earth -32. I'm not so sure if you guys are aware, in the positive universe, Batman was the Green Lantern of Sector 2814. In the negative universe, when Joe Chill killed Bruce's parents in Crime Alley, Bruce was in shock. He felt nothing. He felt this void. He had no fear. He ran towards the direction Joe ran off to, but Bruce stopped when he saw the green power ring. It said, "Bruce Wayne, you can overcome great fear." He thought to himself, I didn't overcome it, but it was erased from me. The only thing that was in his mind when he obtained the ring was to kill Joe Chill, but the power ring did not permit him. It stated lethal force was not permitted, but Bruce, with all of his will, all of his anger, all of his might, he was able to override the ring's rules and kill Joe Chill. He tried to revive his parents, but the ring isn't capable of doing that. Years later, Bruce was killing every villain we knew. He killed Scarecrow. He flew Penguin to space and left him to die. Commissioner Gordon needed to talk to him. He stood up to him. He told him he needed to stop what he was doing. He figured out that Green Lantern was Bruce. I'm not an idiot. It was only a couple of years ago. 3 dead in Crime Alley. Bruce told him to shut up. He mentioned his daughter, blasted him with his ring, and obliterated him while saying she'll have to grow up without her father alone. Seconds later, the Green Lantern Corps arrived. They stated, "You let darkness into your ring. This could pollute the entire Green Lantern Corps." He initiated blackout with his ring, and within seconds he killed every single Green Lantern. Bats flew in front of him, and this is where he changed his name. He became Batman, the Dawnbreaker. His world was broken, turning into a void just like him. Earth -11. As I mentioned in the positive universe, Earth 11 is where the genders are reversed. In Earth -11, Aquawoman introduces herself to mankind. Bryce Wayne does not trust her, and how could she ever trust anyone since her love, Sylvester Kyle, was no more? The Atlanteans came in diplomatically, but Bryce sought out war. Catwoman kills Aquawoman by stabbing her with her trident. So the people from Atlantis retaliated by drowning all of Gotham. Bryce decided to surgically change her entire physiology and become a hybrid, half human, half Atlantean. She now has a faster regeneration factor, able to control an army called the Dead Water and created them, and she can control water by infecting it, and it can transform other people or other things into dead water sea creatures and use them as her puppets. She is the Drowned. Earth -12. Ares forged a new helmet that multiplies his powers by 100. It was an all-out war with Diana and Bruce. They've been fighting Ares for 2 years. Diana warned Bruce about the power of the helmet and how it could corrupt the mind. Ares killed Diana and Bruce wanted to end his reign. Bruce put on the helmet and became more powerful than Ares. Cutting off Ares' head, he became the new god of war. I would say that I was purified, that my illusions were finally rightful, stripped away with the helmet. My whole life, I had been afraid of doing what I knew needed to be done. Afraid to give all of myself to the battle. It wasn't until we were given a twist. Ares was the one that stunned Diana, but when she reached for the helmet, Bruce killed her. This is Batman, God of War, aka Batman the Merciless. Earth -1. Something happened to Superman on this Earth. He went rogue. But what was it? Why did this Superman kill his own Lois Lane? Why? Batman tries to fight him one-on-one, but he's no match for the Man of Steel. Superman cuts off his right arm with his heat vision, and Batman has a plan. He genetically engineered the Doomsday virus. He knew he can end Superman with this. He turned into Batman, the Devastator, and he went toe-to-toe with Superman. Inside, he was conflicted about killing his best friend. The virus took over, hard in his heart and his mind. He took Superman's head and smashed it into the ground and then yelled,
"Now who's weak?"
while releasing a kryptonite toxin and stabbing him in the middle of his torso.
I thought I would feel the sorrow when he was gone, but instead I felt the anger growing inside me that I held back so long.
Earth -22. Joker destroys most of Gotham and ties up Batman. Joker questions Batman's morality and keeps questioning why he doesn't cross that line. The line that we always talk about. He murdered Batman's enemies, including Penguin, Catwoman, Killer Croc, and the ventriloquist. A family comes by the alley that they are on. Joker shoots the mom and dad and poisons the little girl, turning her into him. Traumatizing and full of anger, he beats up the Joker, grabs him, and snaps his neck. Little did Bruce know that Joker released his toxin when he died, and Bruce inhaled it. 2 days later, when he's talking to Superman, he tells him Joker was dying, but he does not regret what he did. But he won't slide down that dark path. Superman is happy with what he hears. He tells him that the kids that are infected are going to be moved to Star Labs in Metropolis. Bruce invites the Bat family, Barbara, Tim, Jason, and Dick, to the Batcave. He explains that he was infected with the new strain of nanotoxin of the Joker's, and it was rewiring his brain. Slowly, he was going to become like the Joker. He starts to feel and act funny, and he tells his proteges that they have to stop him. He turns around because he looks like he's about to barf, but then he turns back around and pulls out 2 Uzis and kills his proteges. A week later, Bruce incapacitates and murders the whole Justice League except Superman. He created his new Robins with the kids that were left in Star Labs, and he leaves Clark and his family for last. He tells him he modified a strand of the black kryptonite, and he tested on Supergirl, and she ripped her entire family apart. So he throws the black kryptonite to Superman and Jonathan, and they rip Lois into pieces until they end up killing each other. So I haven't told you how this story ends because the man who laughs was recruiting every single negative Batman in this universe. Follow for the next one.